Welcome back, Hive Mind. This is Shalzar with Hive Mind Gaming coming at you with another Raid Shadow Legends video. Alright, let's get into it. So what we're going to take a look at today, guys, is Siphi the Lost Bride. Look at that face. Actually, she's actually got a pretty cool aesthetic to her. I really like her. She really like it. She's floating. Yeah, pretty cool. So anyway, Siphi, the Lost Bride, probably the most busted champ in the game, second to Rotus, the Lost Groom. So let's take a look at her kit. Her A1 is attacks one enemy, has an 80% chance of placing a sleep debuff for one turn if the target's turn meter is equal to or above 50%. So keep that in mind, guys. Their turn meter has to be higher than 50% or it's not going to work. It is 80%. It books up to 100%. This debuff cannot be resisted, so she doesn't need accuracy. Heals all allies by 5% of their max HP if the target's turn meter is below 50%. So if the target's turn meter is below 50% and you need to heal someone, it does a little bit of damage, just a little bit, not a lot, but it does heal some of your guys as well, all of your guys as well, if it's below 50%. So this is just an all-around great ability. What I usually use her for in an arena is to snipe someone out because I have her in a team that does mostly single target damage. So what I use her for is if I need someone to, like a Rotus, if I need him not to be able to attack my team, I'll lock him out by just continuously hitting him with sleep until I can just wipe out the rest of his team. Another good way to use that snipe ability is when you start taking down the Rotuses and things like that. You can sleep the healer of the group or the reser of the group to keep them locked down. So it's really good against champions like Duchess and things like that where they really matter what they're going to do next to stop your team from doing stuff. It can really help to lock those champions down so you can get a hold on the fight and get the upper hand. So really clutch move for an A1. Absolutely fantastic. Then, on top of all of that, her A2, it books down to a 3-turn cooldown. It fills the turn meter of all allies by 15% and places a block debuffs buff, a 60% increased defense buff, and a 30% increased speed buff on all allies for 2 turns. This is awesome. I mean, 3 fantastic buffs. I mean, it's just great. It's just a great ability. I think the only thing that would make this better is if she got an extra turn. But, I mean, come on. She's already busted. I mean, it's just ridiculous. Alright, and then her A3 is revives a single ally with 55% HP and a full turn meter. So not only is she reviving, she's only reviving one, she's not reviving the whole team, but she revives one ally with 55% HP, but increases their turn meter to full. So they pop up and they immediately get an action. Fantastic clutch if you have specific champions that are with her that need to do something like, I don't know, a big shield or a counterattack, things like that. It's just, I mean, she's just clutch. And then it places an increased attack, 50% increased attack, which is the big one, and a 30% increased crit rate on the person she reses. I mean, she's just all around fantastic as a support champ. and, and then her A4 comes along, it's called Eternal Bond. I like to call it the meta killer, which is which is Tormund. It heals each ally by 15% of their max HP at the start of their turn. Not her turn, but their turn. The other champion's turn has a 40% chance of removing freeze and fear debuffs from each ally at the start of each turn. So not only, I mean, true fear still gets through, but I mean, it gets rid of fear and it has a chance to get rid of fear and freeze. This is awesome, guys. I mean, fantastic. And it books up to a 50% chance. So it's 50-50 to completely ignore that. But on top of that, she has that's only going to work. I mean, this is only going to be even a thing when she's not using her A2, which gives her which puts up block debuffs buff. I mean, this is I mean what else can you say? It's like block debuffs. Oh, it goes down for a turn because we're waiting on the cooldown. Oh, and now someone gets frozen. Oh, well, there's a 50-50 chance that that's going to come off, so it's not a big deal. It's ridiculous, guys. It's absolutely insane. And then on top of that, if she's with the Rotus, the Lost Groom, because he's not broken enough, it removes all debuffs from Rotus at the start of their turn, which is Rotus, if they're on the same team. And then she has Honora because four fantastic abilities isn't good enough. She increases ally resist in all battles by 80. Now, this is probably not the best aura in the game. I know what I use it for. I use her in arena because I want all my guys to have that extra resist on top of everything else that's going on because I don't have a speed lead, so she helps with absorbing some of that. I mean, just an all around fantastic kit. One of the top, if not the best champion in the game. She is right up there in the top 5 at the very least. All right, so let's go over the gear that I've got her in. Again, this is gear that, this is the gear that I have. I'm not a whale, so I don't have a lot of gear to choose from. But I think she's got pretty good gear on, in my opinion. But let's see. All right, so I've got her in full speed sets. I do have her in the divine speed set to give her that extra shield starting off. And then, so what I was looking for is mostly defense, speed, and resist were the things that I was looking for in these pieces. And of course HP. For the gloves, I've got her in HP gear. Chest piece, I've got her in HP. She'd probably do best to have more defense. So I should probably, what I'll probably do is at some point switch one of these out for defense. And then of course speed boots. She doesn't need accuracy at all in her kit. So that's one thing you don't have to worry about with her. So we've got a defense ring. We've got a defense amulet and a resistance banner to help resist a lot of that stuff. But the main thing for her is to get her in speed because she's your increased speed champ. So you want to get her as fast as you possibly can. So this is what her stats look like. I've got her at 72,780 HP, 1,587 attack because we don't care about attack, 3,171 defense. It's good, but I'd like it to be a little bit better. She's only got a 223 speed. Unfortunately, I don't have a lot of speed gear. That's something that I got to work on because I'd like that to go way higher. We don't care about rate or crit damage. Her resistance is 324. We want her to not be able to be... We don't want her buffs stolen from her or taken from her or cleansed off, and we don't want her to be affected by debuffs in arena. So that's why she's got such a high resist, which is obviously not as high as you need to be for platinum arena. But I mean, it's good enough for gold 4, which is where we're at. As we get better gear, we'll increase that. And of course, accuracy we just don't care about. All right. So, let's look at the masteries I've got on her. So, keep in mind guys, masteries are what you think that it fits for the the group that you're being put in. I've got these masteries set up. I've got her with the max HP. Because I don't need accuracy, I didn't go that way. Of course, all the heals, the extra heal stuff, um, extra turn chance for extra turn meter, more increased heal, and then decreasing the cooldown of a random skill, and then of course lasting gifts, which has a 50% chance of extending the duration of any buff cast by this champion. I think this one's huge because it's pretty much every buff that she puts up can be upgraded or increased. So I think lasting gifts is major for Siphi. All right, and then I went down the defense tree because offense she just doesn't need. She doesn't need to do damage. She's not there to do damage. You need her to survive so she can continuously be an annoyance to pick your guys back up. So went resist because I want her to not be hit by debuffs. Improved parry, which increases the damage received by this champion by 8% when the champion is hit with a critical hit. And then, because, I mean, let's face it, most of your DPS or your nukers are going to have crit rate, so we got to be able to take that damage. Increases the amount of healing and the value of shield debuffs, or shield buffs the champion receives by 5%. So, because of who I run her with Valkyrie, who gives her a shield. Her shield's going to be even better. And then has a 50% chance to remove one random debuff from this champion when they lose 25% of their HP, max HP, or more from a single enemy hit, or single enemy skill, sorry. So I went with that because if a debuff does accidentally land, she's not going to have many debuffs on her. And if she takes a big hit by someone, and she does have a debuff, so that's going to help remove that stuff. So I don't know. She doesn't get a lot of debuffs, and that's just going to help altogether all around. And then we went with Delayed Death, which reduces the damage this champion receives from a specific enemy by 0.75%. With each hit taken from that enemy, damage reduction stacks up to 6% for each enemy. So the major thing is you want her to be able to survive against nukers or someone with ally attack abilities like Longbeard or Lanicus, etc. You want her to be able to survive that. So it's going to kill a lot of your other guys, if not all of them, and she's there to pick them right back up, give them full turn meter so that they can immediately, and the objective there is to always is to pick up your guys that can help protect you, like your Valkyries and things like that. So they just pop up, drop the shield, the big shield, so that those two can survive long enough for her cooldown to get down so she can res the next one, etc., and get them back up to speed and start taking down the enemy. All right, and then we went with Solidarity, which is increase all resist by 5 for each buff placed on them by this champion. So my whole team's going to get extra resistance every time she places a buff, which she's always placing 3 buffs at least. And then we've got Cyclone of Revenge, which has a 50% chance of increasing the turn meter by 15% when an ally is attacked with a critical hit. So this is going to, so their turn meter is going, it has a chance to go up when they get hit by a critical hit, and will only increase the turn meter once if an ally receives multiple critical hits from a single skill. So multiple hit skills won't affect it. And then of course we got Retribution, which has a 50% chance of counterattack. With this champion loses 25% of their max HP or more from a single enemy skill. So this is only procced a few times, usually when the Longbeards and Lanicus's hit. Um, but I needed that to get to here, which is the extra 50 resist. So that's how I've got her set up. Put in the comments how you've got her set up so other people can see different ways to master her out. Master her out. Use their masteries. Use of her masteries. All right. With that, let's talk about her role. What role does she play in the grand scheme of things? Okay. So hers is going to be easy. She's a support character. So she's probably not going to be your campaign farmer. She might help one of your stronger champions get through campaign, but she's not going to be your campaign farmer. So she can definitely help with your campaign and getting stars on your campaign, but she's not going to be your farmer. So she is going to be good there. She's going to just be an all-around support when it comes to staying alive and keeping your group alive. She's going to be able to be used anywhere in the game. I can tell you that right now. Let's take a look and just go through here. So campaign, she's definitely going to be able to keep people alive for you and get your stars help get your stars for you. There's absolutely no doubt about that. I'm not even going to waste time in this to show you her in the campaign. It would just be a waste of your time. In keeps, she can run in any keep, and she would be good in any keep, especially Force and Void, because both of those have a lot of debuffs. So with her dropping the block debuffs, she would be fantastic in both of those. She is a Void champ, so she has no negatives to any of the keeps, and she would be good in all of them. She would help your team go through and defeat all of them. As for Ice Golem, I mean, let's face it, guys. She would be good in any setup. There's no way around it. There's just nothing she can't do. If we went to Ice Golem, look, she's already in my team. Let's take a look at Ice Golem, how she fares in Ice Golem. So she's going to be able to keep your nukers alive during the waves. The first thing she does is put up her buffs, which allows the rest of your team to just go through and demolish the waves. Now, like I said, I'm not a whale, so I have a lot of good champs, but I don't have the best gear. So I just go through, and my runs may not be speed runs like some of the other content creators, just because I don't have the best champs for every situation, and I don't have the best gear. But when I'm going through and I could run every dungeon, I'm good with that. I'm okay with spending with my runs being a little extra time. But as you can see, with her in the group, she I mean, we don't care about wave 2. Wave 2, they put up that big reflect damage, and it I mean, not a lot of damage went through. And then when we're coming here, and then she's healing everyone on her turn when she's hitting the boss if he's under 50%. Now, if he's over 50%, her ability doesn't work and nothing happens. But like right then, if you just seen, she hit the boss because his turn meter was under 50%. She got the extra damage on him, or she got the extra healing on everyone for it. So it's just an all around great. She's just an all around fantastic champ. I mean, there's just no way around it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and cut this off here, and we'll come back when it's over. All right, and we're back. So it took 3 minutes to get through there, and that was our best time. Looks like. So yeah. So I mean, this is she's just an all around good champ. She healed for over 900,000, and yeah, she's just a solid champ. So let's take a look at Dragon. I mean, she can here. Yep, still have her in there too. So she can literally be in any composition. She really can. There's just she's just a all around solid champ. She's gonna help you with the waves. She's gonna help you with the boss. There's just I mean, she's just good. I mean, she's gonna help with these waves just like she helped with the ice golem waves. So I'm gonna cut it off here, and we'll come back when we're on the boss. All right, and we're back, and we're on the boss. It took about a minute 25 to get here. So, and all she's gonna do, her job was to get your guys to the boss. And now that she's to the boss, she's gonna help with all the extras. And here's where she's gonna shine as well, is because when the boss, if you don't do enough damage to get through that, he's gonna do that right there. And see, Mashallah didn't have the uh, block debuffs on, so he took the poison and the weaken debuff. No one else did because they all had the block debuffs buff on. So that's where she shines, and that's where she does so well in this fight. Is she's gonna block the debuffs that the dragon's putting down, especially if you can't get through that purple line and he stuns everybody. If you've got that block debuffs on, then she's good to go. So there's the dragon. Minotaur, we all know that she'll be good in there because that's just a cakewalk. All right, take a look at Spider. Let's see if she's helpful with Spider. So we've got her in there for Spider. So what she's going to be good here on is she's going to be dropping the decreased defense or the increased defense, and on top of that she's going to be putting the block debuffs. So she's going to be helping the whoever's tanking the spiderlings, she's going to be helping that person because they're not going to be taking the poison from the spiderlings. They're not going to take that debuff. So she's going to be helping a lot with that. And of course, Miscreated Monster's in here, which everyone knows he's just a monster when it comes to the spiders. So that that shield though, wow. But yeah, she's a pivotal part in this fight when it comes to whoever's tanking the spiderlings. That's for sure. And also, like in this situation where they're actually getting through because of the cooldown on the block debuffs, then she's there anyway if they accidentally go down, and then she can just pick them right back up. I mean, she's just a good champ. I mean, there's an argument to be made that there's probably better champs out there for this fight, or even other fights where she doesn't put out any damage. She's just there for utility. But to be honest, I don't know if there's any. I don't know. I don't know if there's any better champs. She's just an all around. She's just an all around fantastic champ. She's just so good. She's got the utility to be anywhere in the game. All right, so here we are. 2 minutes and 7 seconds in, and yeah, so she did over 400,000 healing on that one. So she is solid. Now let's take a look at her in Fire Knight. I don't believe I have her in my Fire Knight team, to be honest. Oh, yeah, I do. Look at that. All right, let's see her in Fire Knight. Again, she's going to help with the waves. So what I'll do is I'll cut it, and we'll go and take a look at the boss when this is over. All right. So it took us about 2.5 minutes to get to the boss. Caught me dazed in there for a second. So she's gonna put up the. To be honest, in this fight, she's probably uh, just helping you get to the boss. She really doesn't have a lot of utility against the boss itself, other than just keeping your guys alive. She really doesn't have a lot of utility because once you get to this point in the fight, I mean the boss is not got a lot of chance. When you got Valkyrie and you've got Zavia. Zavia is just disgusting against the Fire Knight because she's got such a look at that that 3-hit A1 is just gross. And then when you've got Valkyrie throwing up the big shield plus the counterattack, yeah, the boss really doesn't have a chance. It may take him a little bit to actually get there, but but yeah, this is probably my longest dungeon because I really haven't spent a lot of time here to worry about tweaking it out. And that would explain why I don't have great gear. There you go. So, looks like we're about going to be about 4.5 minutes for this fight. But look at that. So she's done over 1 million healing in that because of the waves, really, because of the waves. So yeah, all around, she's just a solid champ. There is nothing she can't do. All right, let's look here. All right, let's take a look at this here. This is me just having a little fun. So none of my guys, just so you know, none of my guys are speed tuned. They're not. Their speed is not, completely bulletproof when it comes to what they need to be for this fight. I haven't done the work to make them as good as they should be. If you guys need help with Clan Boss, I have one suggestion. Go to deadwoodjedi.com and check out his speed tuning calculator. The guy has put in some work. Him and his friends have put in a lot of work to get that done, and I've just been lazy to go over there and check it out. I really need to because I've got a lot of good tunes a lot of good champs that I could use to get that clan boss down to a 2 key. I just need to grind out the gear to do it correctly. So go to Deadwood Jedi, check him out on YouTube. He is a content creator. He does a lot of good work. You want help with your clan boss? Go there, check him out, watch his videos, and go for it. So we're gonna take a look at Siphi in the clan boss. So we seen how she was geared. We seen how she has what her masteries look like. So what she's going to do, she's going to try to keep up that block debuffs. So when he does his big slam, and he's not going to lay the stun down. Now there is going to be the 1 turn cooldown, like right now, because right now the target of his big slam is going to be Tyrell, and right now he does not have that block debuffs up. So she should get a turn right here, which should put it on. Yep, there we go. So he should be doing his big slam next. There it is. And Tyrell does not care. So one Valk is extremely faster than the other. Is a lot faster than the other. So she's probably gonna break out and start laying down her buffs in a different order, so they're not gonna be one right after the other, which is a good thing. Like I said, they're not tuned to do that. It's just how the gear worked. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and stop it here, and we're going to come back in just a moment. All right. Looks like we're getting to the end here. We've done over 20,000 damage so far. We're on turn count 29. Siphi has kept everyone up. Of course, this is how it usually starts. The Frozen Banshee goes down first, and then, of course, our lead, because he takes the big slams. And that's it. All right. Or 21,400,000. All right. So she's done a little, or almost a little less than 2 million healing in that fight. So we're in about the three key damage range, which I think we're on 3 keys. Yeah, 3 keys for Ultra Nightmare boss. So yeah, I mean she can carry you quite a bit, quite a long ways. She can carry you. So there's only one other place to look at her, and that's Arena. All right. So well, let's just take the top one here. So basically, yeah, they're going to come in with the big slam. All right, so we're going to put up our block debuffs, put up our big shield. She's going to heal people during their turn. I've got Sandlashed Survivor in here, so when there's a lot of DPS going on, like Blender, she's there to stop that, to help stop that. Because when it comes to a Blender team, when it comes to Blender, what they'll do is they'll more than likely hit Siphi or Valkyrie, and Sandlashed will put up a ally protect, and she'll become and she'll take the block damage debuff. So she's really good to stop that. All right, so in that quick little fight, she did 100,000 healing. So let's take a look at this one with Tormund. So she got. So as you can see, she took the provoke there. She did not get frozen, but they did. And they have a 50% chance to come off of their frozen. Wow. His block his block damage came off before we even got our turn, which is fine because they didn't do enough damage to harm anyone. All right, so this is where she comes into play really well. Is what we're going to do. We don't want to take her damage, so we're going to lock her out. So we shut her down. So now she's ready to go ahead and she's ready to die there. So now we can just kill her off. And then let's take out their healer. Valk's been Valk's been immobilized this whole game, mainly because they had a block buffs debuff on, and so now they have that on, and I can't. I've already used my thing there. So let's see. Yeah, we want to protect our guys. Because that hit right there was another one of those block debuffs. So we're just going to do our A1 while we're waiting for stuff to thaw out. Yep, we took his, so we can go ahead and affect him. So we're going to lock him out so that, oh, wait, no, we don't want to use that yet because we don't want to wake him up. We'll just fight Tormund. Alright, so we're going to keep hitting Tormund because he's got that decreased defense on him. So we're going to shut him down. Now we're just going to fight Tormund. Alright, so now Tormund's froze. He's on his last life. We're not going to use that yet. We're going to continue to protect our guys. That ability hits pretty hard. Which we don't care if we wake him up. We've got stuff for him. We just want to do damage. Alright, that should finish him off. And then let's go on auto for Tormund. So as you can see, she's I mean, this team is pretty good. I mean, it is pretty good team, solid. But we just fought a solid team. So she just did 333,000 healing. Their Arbiter, which granted she went out pretty quickly, only did 231. So I mean, she's a solid champ, all around solid champ. So let's talk about how you beat her. So in my experience, the way she gets beat is usually being the last person alive, and then the whole team beating her down. So that's usually how she dies on my end. When I'm facing her, I typically do the same thing because she's very difficult to put down if she's built right. I mean, she is just a beast when you're trying to kill her. So, and a lot of people, a lot of times you'll see her with another healer or reser like Arbiter. And when that's the case, it's very difficult because it's like you kill everyone around her, and then she reses Arbiter, and then Arbiter reses everyone else, and it's difficult. It's a long fight. So as a defense, she's perfect for that because if you put her as a defense with someone like Arbiter, no one's going to want to even deal with that because the fight takes so long, and so a lot of times they'll just leave the fight because it's going to take too long. So she's great for defense. Beautiful for defense. So the best way to beat her is with ally attack abilities. So get through her defense and hit points as quickly as possible. Don't give her a chance to heal. Heal reduction abilities will also help shut her down. There's not a lot of champions in high level arena that have heal reduction abilities, but heal reduction abilities would help shut her down. Anti-res, block revive abilities will help shut her down. Because if you just kill off her whole team, like Rotus wrecks her because Rotus will block revive her whole team until she's the last one standing, and then of course she can't do enough damage to actually do anything. To kill her, you want stuff to get through the defense, so you want savage gear, you want cruel gear, you want the mastery that helps get through defense. You want those kind and abilities that get through defense. So you want those to get through her defense, to get through her hit points. And frankly, that's why I built her with so much HP, because a lot of nukers, they'll have that savage gear and stuff, and so they'll get through her defense, and then all that's left is her hit points, but she's still standing after the ally attack ability goes off because she's got so much hit points. They're not doing enough damage to her to get through that block of hit points. So she's a beast. All right, so let's rank her. Arena defense. There's no one better. I just fight me on that. Put it in the comments. There's no one better for arena defense. Arena offense. I mean, you could obviously make better offensive teams with her not in it. But if you have her, she's going to be fantastic in an offense team. Clan boss, I think she's top draw. I think she can help any team in clan boss. Campaign locations. Here, I would say this is going to be her weakest point. I mean, there's literally no place in the game that she's not helpful, but campaign she can't farm for you, but she can at least help you get through all your stars, get you all your stars with the person who is going to be farming for you. All right, Dragon Lair. She's definitely great here. She's probably not the best for Dragon's Lair, but she helps lock out the debuffs that the dragon puts down, and she helps get you through the waves. So yeah, I think she's definitely a 5 there as well. Minotaur's Labyrinth. I mean, everyone's great in Minotaur's Labyrinth because, I mean, harsh language kills the Minotaur. Let's see. So faction wars. I mean, yeah, there's no one better in that faction for faction wars than her. Let's see. Ice Golem. Yeah, she's great to get you through the waves and keep your guys alive when the boss is attacking. The boss and his minions don't really throw out that many debuffs. I think his minions do, but none that really. Well, I guess they do throw down. Yeah, they throw down some stuff. So yeah, I think she's really good for that too. When it comes to Spider's Den, she's pretty good. Is she the best for Spider's Den? No, probably not. There's probably better champions that can fill the role as your block debuffs champion, but she's still good. She's still going to get you through the Spider's Den. But I'm going to, yeah, we'll rank her at a 4. She's still really good in Spider's Den, I believe. Void Keep, yeah, whoever put less than 5 is probably someone who just doesn't like her. I don't know. I feel that's a bad call. Fire Knight, again, she's just going to help you get through the waves. She's not really great against the Fire Knight himself. So probably a 4 on that one. Force Keep, yeah, she's a 5 on that one. Again, whoever put her less than that is insane because she's going to help block all those debuffs that the boss and the minions are throwing out. So yeah, she's fantastic in there. And then of course Spirit Keep. She doesn't really bring any utility other than getting through the waves, so we'll put her 4. Same with Magic Keep. And there you go. All right. Yeah, that looks about right. All right, guys. If you let me know in the comments if you agree or not. And that is Siphi, the Lost Bride. Tell me what you guys think. Alright guys, that's it for today's video. If you liked what you've seen and you want to see more, please hit the like button and subscribe button. Every one of those helps more than you'll ever know. And I appreciate every one of you, and we'll see you next time. Bye.